Hi friends, welcome to this quick lesson. This lesson is going to focus on mixing colors on the paper and what it means to mix colors on the paper versus your palette. This is very important because very often I go from I say, hey, so this is Quinn Red and this is Phthalo Blue red shade, and then we're adding some grain, right? And then you're like, wait, what's going on? Like, how do I mix these colors? And the idea is actually very simple. When you grab the colors on your palette, you're not trying to create a brand new color. That's not what you want, because then it just becomes muddy often. You want these colors to separate, and the idea is that the colors separate on the paper. What I'm going to quickly do is wet the paper. I do prefer to show this wet on wet. The colors do blend differently, wet on wet versus wet on dry. With wet on wet, everything looks smooth and soft. This is a back of the paper, some other sample work I was doing. So the back of Handmade Lady collection, cold pressed. I'm going to show you this example using 3 primary colors, so yellow, blue, red. All right, this is pretty good. I don't want any puddles of water though, because I do want some control when I'm doing this demonstration. So what does that mean, right? To grab all these colors. First of all, here is my Quinn Red. So here's my quinacridone red, so I get that consistency that I want. This feels more like milk-like ratio. Then if I want another color, and I often say, grab this color too, so cobalt blue. Now I have the 2 colors, but I'm not overly mixing the 2, right? And then I want some yellow. So I bring the yellow here. That's as far as I'm going to go with that blending. And I grab the colors, and then you can see there's a little bit of that purple, which is red and blue, plus some of the yellow. I'm going to show you another version of this blend. What I often do is separate first the red and blue. So first I grab yellow and red together. I'm trying to get the clean version of it. So there is my quick blend, nothing more than that. And here is going to be blue and red. So now I have blue, red, red, yellow. But then when I want the 3 colors, this is what I do. I quickly grab them like this. I'm not trying to overly mix them. Now you can see almost like a rainbow. If I want it to be more reddish, then I grab more red, and then there's the yellow. But that's all it is. I never try to overly mix the colors. I'm going to show you what happens if you do overly mix. So you grab the red, you grab the blue, so you mix the 3 colors perfectly together. And then you go here where it's the yellow. What happens? You just created a perfect shade of gray. So there's that versus this. What do you prefer, right? So that's how I blend the colors on the paper. I very quickly grab them like this. It's like scooping the whole palette. And then I have different shades of that blend. Sometimes it shows more yellow, sometimes more red, sometimes more blue. But it's not perfectly blended together, so it shows like a shade of gray. Because whenever you do mix the 3 colors together, yellow, blue, and red, you do create a shade of gray. Now I'm going to show you the same thing, but wet on dry. So now I have a different paper, actually, just a scrap. It's paper I don't think I've used much. It doesn't even feel like cotton, but I'm going to show you the difference. So here is the red, here's some blue, and then there's some yellow. So now I have the 3 colors. It looks pretty, but it's not the same level of softness. So now I'm grabbing some blue. There's some red. Not trying to overly mix them. And then there's my yellow. It's pretty, but it's very different. And you are going to have hard edges whenever you paint wet on dry. Now I want to show you that perfect blend if you spend too much time blending the colors. There is the blue. Here is my red. So I'm first mixing these, perfectly. So red and blue gives you a shade of blue violet, and then you go here where is the yellow, and you just created a shade of gray because you spent too much time blending them together. Like one color, one shade, no separation of colors. So do you prefer this or do you prefer this? That's the question, because that looks more natural. Now, why is it? Why is this better? So this better than this version of this. The reason is because, let's see if I have any object here. I have this Da Vinci brush, right? And it's red here. The thing is that here you see a shadow. Here you see highlights. That's from the lamp. But that red looks different from this side. The red on this side looks different. The red looks different here and here. And that's why you want to show the separation of colors, because that red changes. It changes because everything is affected by light and shadows. So you wouldn't paint this handle with just one perfectly blended shade like this. You want to show that that red changes. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope this was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions.